let's talk about Fairytail, shall we? Okay, I got into the show when I saw one of my friends posting about it literally all the time on Facebook. I don't generally follow animes unless I hear very good things about them. Normally I get into shows through things like Tumblr and Meme Base. So when I saw all these posts about it, I might maybe give it a go. Now I'm absolutely hooked. So once you watch like a few episodes and you get to know mainly Natsu. Natsu is what hooks you on the show. I'm intrigued by Igneal still. I started off watching the dubbed versions because I'm lazy and I couldn't be bothered to read subtitles. But when I ran out of dubbed, I did move on to the subbed ones because I need my fix. When I first got into the show, I didn't really like many of the characters. I mean, Natsu sounded a bit like Terrence and Philip, even though I thought the character was pretty cool. I could not take him seriously because I just expected him to shout about farts and then set them on fire with his breath. That would actually probably be quite cool. But he is my favourite character in the show, and the bromance he has with Happy is just magical. I don't really have any other favourite characters apart from Jalal. Jalal and Natsu are kind of tied, but that's probably because they're just badass. And obviously I am much more likely to enjoy a character if I ship them obsessively with someone else, which I do. I don't know if this is like the fandom term for it, but I have come to dub the Jalal Urza ship as Urzel, because I think that works. And of course Nalu with Natsu and Lucy. Nalu is so obvious that even Happy and Mira Jane ship it, and obviously Happy's got that cute little running joke where he says he likes you, which makes me laugh every time now that I watch the subbed, because it's so cute. They're my biggest ships apart from Groovia. I don't actually really like Juvia as a character, but I like her character design, and she's psychotic, so I find her funny. But she and Craig, they just work perfectly together. And there was this beautiful moment in, I think it's episode 72 that I've just watched. No, episode 71, which was the end of like this dragon story arc thing. They work together and they use this combined attack, and oh my god, I was really excited because that's like a step towards my ship being canon. And if it is canon, then loads of you that watch Fairytail are already going to know that. You're going to think I'm completely stupid because I'm so massively far behind, but I ship it hard. Those three ships, they are my OTPs. That was my favourite Groovia moment. I don't really have a favourite Urzel moment yet. I just know that they have to be together. There's no way around. My favourite Nalu moment so far is one that I literally just watched last night. I got up to the episode where they're celebrating the Hanami festival with all the cherry blossoms. His face just throughout the day was heartbreaking when he's thinking about Lucy, and then that very end moment, I'm not going to spoil it for anyone that hasn't watched it, like me, who is super far behind or watching the dub, it's just absolutely magical, and I loved it. I would say my favourite story arc so far is Nirvana. I think that's the name. I don't know what the actual name of the story arc is. Anyone that's watched it will probably know what I mean when I say Nirvana. I liked a lot of the characters that came into it, and the fact that Jalal was there kind of meant, you know, that there is a possibility that he can now be with Urza. That's a very good thing. But it also introduced Wendy. Wendy's a bit of an odd subject, I think. I'm not sure if I like her or not. She's really whiny, and I think she's supposed to be the comic relief, but I don't find her funny at all. I know she's a child. That's probably actually why she annoys me so much, and she's like infatuated with Jalal, and that's just not gonna happen. I'm also convinced that the Jalal she's speaking of that saved her when she was younger is actually Mystigan. And I did predict that Mystigan was actually Jalal before that was revealed, but I wasn't sure how. I was coming up with all these like kind of sensible ways for there to be a second Jalal, but I cannot wait to find out why he's there. Yeah, I quite like the character of Mystigan, even though we don't know that much about him, probably because he is Jalal. His voice was just so similar right from the start that as soon as Jalal really came into the picture, I was like, I know this voice. I'm sure I've seen flashes of blue hair under all that stuff. But the thing that basically convinced me that Wendy's Jalal was Mystigan is the flashback, the very first flashback. That is what gave it away to me, because he had a staff. I am absolutely positive that that is Mystigan, and with the new theme tune that was on, that's my cat, but the new theme tune that was on, it shows her looking at Jalal and it's Mystigan. That's basically confirmed it for me, but I'm desperate to get to those episodes. So that's basically all I know about Fairytail at the moment. My future hopes for the show are that Urzel happens, that Groovia happens, that Nalu happens, and that Natsu finds Ignion. Also, yesterday I recorded myself watching an episode. I had no idea how many faces I pull and how high my eyebrow goes. Normally I would think things and then not say them out loud, but because I was trying to show people what I'm actually thinking during watching an episode, I did try and force myself to say a lot of it out loud. Some of it is quite stupid because my brain is tiny. It was episode 70. Gray has betrayed Fairytail. I know the ending now, but I didn't then. I was convinced it was the food that crazy woman Daphne was eating. And Natsu is captured or whatever. There's these lizard men things. What am I doing? The next bit is going to be me watching an episode of Fairytail, and this is what I look like. I love this theme tune. Don't freeze. He's not fake. No, he's not fake. That weird food has infected his brain. Nick it. Don't eat it. Oh no! There's nothing there. The hell? I would probably cosplay Natsu if he wasn't Natsu. That looks ridiculous. Oh! That is much cuter than Pluto. Oh! What is it doing? I'm still not sure if he's a snowman or not. What is that? I think ugly. No. Next week on Fangirl Full-Throttle. Next week on Fangirl Full-Throttle, Eurovision! Yay!